So this is part 2 of the amortization with income tax video, or the CRA. The method of calculation. So the CRA only uses the single declining balance method when calculating amortization. It requires you to have the net book value and the capital cost allowance rate. In order to calculate net book value, you need to take the cost of whatever the asset is and subtract it by the accumulated amortization. Now for the first year, this doesn't really matter, because in the first year you would have 0 in your accumulated amortization account, which means you'd be subtracting the cost by 0. Therefore, you could just use the cost as your net book value. Now, to get the amortization expense, you have to multiply the net book value by the capital cost allowance rate. For example, if you purchase a new BMW M4 with a net book value of $75,000, right, you have to multiply that by the CCA rate, or the capital cost allowance rate, by 30% or 0.3. This will give you $22,500, which equals your amortization expense. Now the CCA rate comes from the classes posted on the CRA website, and for any motorized vehicle, the CCA rate will be 30%, which is why you have to take $75,000, which is the net book value, and multiply it by 0.3 to get your amortization expense. And this is the only way to calculate amortization expense for the CRA. They don't use any other way. So an example. At the beginning of the OSSS fiscal period, January 1st, they purchased a company car, which is a BMW M4, for the price of $75,000. When OSSS was about to record depreciation, they found that the car fell under the Class 10, which has a rate of 30%. Along with that, the car has a useful life of 4 years. That useful life was provided to us by the CRA, because we as a company cannot make up our own useful life. So if you look at the chart here, you can see that the beginning, or the first year, net book value is $75,000. You then take it and multiply it by this capital cost allowance rate, which is 30% or 0.3, and you get your amortization expense. With that, you could place that into accumulated amortization, which now has a balance of $22,500, and your new net book value, or net book value at the end of the year, would be $52,500. And you would continue this process until you reach the end of its useful life, in which case your final net book value would be $80,007.15. As you can clearly see, this method creates a stable decreasing amortization expense, because the net book value is multiplied by the CCA rate, or capital cost allowance rate. Because the capital cost allowance rate is less than 1, it will always decrease once you multiply it. As you can see, $75,000 times 0.3, or 30%, gave you $52,500. $52,500 was then multiplied by 30%, and you would get $36,750 once you subtracted the $15,750 from the initial net book value, or net book value at the beginning of the year. So every time you do a multiplication between these two, you get your amortization expense, and you use that to subtract it from the net book value at the beginning of the year, which then gives you your new net book value, or net book value at the end of the year. And as you can see, it just decreases. So what do you do if the asset is purchased throughout the year? You use the half-year rule, or the 50% rule, and it doesn't necessarily have to be purchased halfway throughout the year. As long as it's not at the beginning of the fiscal period, you're allowed to use the 50% rule, or half-year rule. If you purchase something throughout the year, you use the half-year rule. This rule makes all purchases throughout the year that were made in the middle of the year, so only half of the first year depreciates is shown, or 50% of it is shown, which is basically the same thing. Only half of the CCA rate is allowed in the year of acquisition. The length of time the asset is owned for the first year is ignored. So like I said before, if you've owned it for 8 months, right, obviously we know half a year would be 6 months. So you can completely ignore that 8 months and use the 50% rule, which would say that you purchased it at the 6-month period into your fiscal year. You don't need to use all the CCA rate, because you could transfer over to another year. So you always have to amortize your your assets, but you don't have to use all the capital cost allowance rate that you've calculated. You could use less if you wanted to, but the part that you didn't use would be transferred into the next year or the next year. Basically, you have to use it eventually, just not within that year you've calculated it. And then you only multiply the first year by 50%, then multiply it by the 30%, then the next years you only use a CCA rate of 30%. So the 50% rule only works within the first year of the asset. Meaning, when you first purchase it and you're about to do amortization, you have to multiply it first by its 50% or by 0.5, and then multiply it by the capital cost allowance rate of 30%. And then as you can see from the chart below, it's the same exact numbers. It's just this time at the beginning of the year, you had to multiply the initial $75,000 by 50% and then multiply it by the 30% or 0.3. And then the process from there is the same. It's just that it's different numbers. And then as you can see here, it gave you a higher net book value at the end of its useful life of $21,866.25 compared to over here, which was $18,007.50. So recap. So by now you should know what the CRA is, which is the Canada Revenue Agency, and what they do. You should also know what amortization with income tax is, which we've talked about. You should know what the CCA is, or capital cost allowance, which is all of the rates that you need to use when amortizing with income tax. And you should know what the half-year rule is, or the 50% rule, which is basically taking any asset that's bought throughout the fiscal year and multiplying it by 50% at the first year of amortization, and only in the first year of amortization. So this is a you try or a class example. You could pause it here, try it in your house, or take a screenshot of it, whatever you prefer. But we will be taking this up in class for all of us to do together. So yeah, thank you for watching.